Thibau Grumett. There's time. There's time. Thibau Grumett.
Do you spend your time wisely? It's a Wednesday morning in April, and in 1 week, my dissertation falls due. Barely half written, it's far from done, but as the sun starts to rise, I load our dog, Summit, into the car and head to Grandma and Grandad's house. Grandma has asked to see me. I used to see Grandma all the time as a kid, but lately I'd let life get in the way. Fellow grandchildren, Grandma is sick. Socialising tires her out, and Dad warns me not to expect to stay any longer than a half hour. And that suits me just fine. I have a deadline to make, and with mere days to go, there's work to be done. But it's okay. There's time. After an hour's journey, I pull into their drive to find my usual parking spaces taken. There's an ambulance there. Am I too late? I park where I can, grab the dog's lead, and make a heavy-hearted approach to the front door. It's already open. The dog's anxious. She pulls me straight into Grandma's bedroom, and there are nurses everywhere. And amidst the chaos, I hear, "Hello, Thibau." Phew. The nurses are there to help Grandma. I head over to her, grab her hand, kiss it, and let her say hi to the dog. Grandad comes to greet me. He says he's off to get a haircut. He tells me he won't be long, a half hour maybe. I think, what? No way. I'm going to get to spend more than a half hour here, just me and Grandma. The nurses take their leave. So does Grandad. I head back into Grandma's room and take a seat. Grandma reaches her hand out. She wants me to hold it. When I was younger, I always would, walking around a museum or gathering ingredients for her famous brownies. We reminisced together. She would hold my hand to comfort me. But we're not out and about, we're in her bedroom. She wants me to hold it. It helps her sleep peacefully. She knows every time she closes her eyes could well be the last. Holding a hand now has a whole different meaning. I hold her hand to comfort her. When's the last time you held someone's hand? Did you feel that comfort? Did you feel that love? Hand in hand, she asks me to talk to her. She doesn't care what about as long as I'm speaking. Grandma paid for my education, and I wanted to make her proud, so I talk about university. I tell her how good my grades are. I tell her how I'm going to smash that upcoming dissertation. Oh, my dissertation, it's nearly due. I'm spending all this time with Grandma, wanting to make her proud, but there's work to be done. But it's okay. There's time. Eventually, Grandad returns with a handsome, fresh trim. And he's brought lunch. That half hour has turned into an hour and a half. How lucky. Oh, but my dissertation is not finished. The stress mounts. After sharing a fish and chips with them both, I stand up, put my hands on my thighs, and as any good Brit says when they're ready to leave, I say, "Right." Grandad interjects, "Would you like a cup of tea?" What? Nearly 3 hours in. I hadn't overstayed my welcome. So, cup of tea in hand, Grandad takes a seat by Grandma, and I on the sofa opposite. But I didn't think I'd be here for so long. I'd left my laptop at home. Grandad talks to Grandma, it would have been a perfect time to crack it open and tap away for a bit. But it's okay. There's time. Inevitably, I get drawn into the conversation and spend the whole afternoon chatting with my grandparents. Before we know it, we watch the sun start to set. Right, I better get the dog home in time for her dinner, and I need to get back to work. I head over to Grandma, grab her hand as she lifts it towards me. I'll see you next week, Grandma, at Easter. See you then. 2, 3, 4 days go by. It's the penultimate day. My dissertation is due tomorrow. It's not okay. There's no more time. There's no time. Not anymore. Grandma died on that penultimate day. And that day I spent with her, it cost me my deadline. But if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change a thing, because I got to spend one last day with my grandma. There's time until there isn't anymore. You have time. Spend it wisely, because in the end, it'll be how you spent it that matters most. Whatever your dissertation is, don't let it get between you and quality time with the ones you love. Your dissertation can wait. It's okay. There's time.